The start of the First Crusade was going to be one of the high points of power and support of the Pope. In 1090, the Emperor of the Byzantine Empire is going to be under pressure from invading Muslims and Turks from the Middle East, and he's going to need help. So he's going to turn to one of the strongest popes in history, which was Pope Urban II. Pope Urban II is going to launch the start of the First Crusade in 1092. So before the crusade takes place, there are many nobles in Europe who were constantly fighting amongst themselves for power. And the crusades are going to give nobles and knights an opportunity to leave Europe and, instead of fighting each other, fight the invading Muslims and Turks. So they could come together and focus on the external enemy. So the Christian knights and nobles are going to be unified in fighting this common enemy, and they're going to stop fighting among themselves. They're also going to realize that they could leave Europe and become very wealthy. And this is going to be very attractive to younger knights and nobles who have not yet received or gained wealth in Europe. The primary inspiration, though, for the First Crusade was religious devotion. And Pope Urban II is going to promise total forgiveness of your sins if you went to fight on this crusade and died in battle. So if you fought and died in battle on the crusade, all your sins would be forgiven. So thousands of crusaders are going to leave France, Germany, and Italy and go to fight to protect the Byzantine Empire. They're all going to gather in the city of Constantinople, and the Crusaders were able to accomplish what no Byzantine army could. They're going to defeat the Muslims and the Seljuk Turks in 1099, and a few months later, the Crusaders will move on and they will liberate Jerusalem. While the Crusaders were able to end the Muslim siege of Constantinople, as well as liberate Jerusalem, their behavior was shocking to the Eastern Empire. At the time, the Eastern Empire was more civilized than the Western Europe. The knights were seen as barbarians, and it really brought to light how different the two parts of Europe were. The Crusades are going to be very beneficial for Western Europe. For the first time in nearly 600 years, Western Europeans are going to have outside contact. They're going to be awakened to see the advancements in medicine and technology that had occurred while they were in the Dark Ages. While they're in the Byzantine Empire in the Middle East, the Western European knights and nobles are going to have access to goods, ideas, trade, and technology. And what this is going to do is it's going to make Western Europe reemerge and reconnect to the global trading economy. And this is going to help Western Europe develop during the High Middle Ages and what will eventually turn into the Renaissance.